Good evening, everyone. Meteorologist Jeremy Baker here. Oh, David, with a joke right away. I found a book called How to Solve 50% of Your Problems, so I bought two. I like that one. Your jokes always crack me up. I love those. Kind of makes sense, too. I would buy four, just in case. Cover all my bases. All right. It is the 4th of July forecast. We're going to start out with that first, but we'll get to the nitty-gritty and the details in a bit. So, for the 4th of July, we have showers out there today. We'll have some more tomorrow. For the 4th, most of us should be dry. Could have some isolated showers or a thunderstorm into the early afternoon. Temperatures in the 80s, and then by the end of the day, low 90s for highs. Very humid still, much like it was tonight, and a little breezy, but we should be mostly clear by the middle of the evening for most of us. So thankfully, we should be okay. For any fireworks you're going to, setting them off yourself, do it carefully, or if you're going to a professional show or whatever you want to call it. So that's your 4th. All right, let's get right to what's going on now. It is a quiet evening. It's a beautiful look at the Calaveras Lake there. Look at those clouds there. Some low-level stratus, I believe. Morgan's Wonderland, dark as always. Skycam, what's that looking at? I can't even tell. Something. It's dark. And we see the San Antonio airport. Lights, pretty beautiful as always. Nice quiet night after some showers earlier. Hey, you got some sneezes, some sniffles, your nose running. Hey, it could be those molds, as usual. The count there, 320. Some stuff in my glasses here. I use my tie. 320, so that's on the light side, so not really that bad. But if you have mold allergies, that could be a big deal. The aquifer went down 1/3 of a foot to 634.4, but some showers did fall over the recharge zone today, so hopefully that'll go up a little more tomorrow. We are still, though, pretty low. A good, I would say, about 25 feet still below the average, so we really need to get back up there. But hey, at least it's not below 630. All right, so right now we are actually warmer than we were during the 5 o'clock newscast. We were in the upper 70s during the 5 o'clock newscast. Still are at San Antonio, 79 at the airport. Was 78, though, during the newscast. Stinson at 80 degrees, partly to mostly cloudy skies. East winds are at 6 miles per hour, so we have that little bit of a breeze. It's kind of nice, blowing that humidity around a little bit. And the dew point's at 76. There's that relative humidity at 90%. On my break, I went to the gym really quick, and it was so humid. It was so hard to breathe. Of course, your glasses or your sunglasses get fogged up instantly. And the sidewalks were super slippery. I'm thinking a lot of it was because of the humidity. I was slipping all over the place because it's just so much moisture out there. The air is just so thick. So hopefully you're inside and you're not dealing with any of that stuff. Across the area, we've got the cooler temperatures from the northwest and the hill country as usual. But earlier today, we had the 70s there, 70s and 80s in the middle, and then some 80s and 90s in our eastern counties because most of the rain or a lot of the rain fell in our western counties. Right now it's 72 in Rock Springs, Kerrville 74, Junction, Fredericksburg mid-70s, Eagle Pass at 81, Hondo and Uvalde at 77 each, 73 in Bernie, 84 Gonzales, Pleasanton 81, 80 for New Braunfels, Seguin, Floresville, George West, and Beeville. Lots of 80s out there. Here's the radar, not nearly as active as it was a few hours ago during our early evening newscasts, but we do still have some showers around, so let's take a look and see where they are. See a couple isolated showers. Just moved through the Hondo area recently near Kerrville. A lot of them really due north of Bexar County right now, so a lot of people are not seeing any of the rainfall in our area. Austin seeing some of it, but it's just light showers at this point. Earlier today, it was light to moderate, some heavy showers, even a few isolated thunderstorms. Nothing strong or severe, but things quieted down a lot once we lost that daytime heating provided by Mr. Sunshine. The humidity forecast, unfortunately, don't have good news about that. That is going to stay in the tropical range with the dew point into the 70s still. So that means it's going to stay sticky, it's going to stay muggy, it's going to stay soupy, whatever you want to call it, all the way through the middle of next week and beyond. And by the middle of next week, we start to raise the temperatures again. So low 90s for now, upper 90s as we head towards the end of next week. Factor that in with the humidity, not comfortable, and could be downright dangerous. Here's the drought report. As of today, now, it comes out every Thursday, so this is the last night that we'll have this one, and then the new one coming out tomorrow morning, but it takes all the data through yesterday. Right now, though, the latest monitor still has exceptional drought conditions from western Bexar County through Hondo, Uvalde, northward to the eastern hill country in Kerrville. Outside of that, the next level down is extreme, including Rock Springs, Del Rio, just north of Eagle Pass and the Rio Grande. Outside of that, severe, which is still pretty bad, around Austin, pretty much all the areas around extreme. Cotulla, Tilden, Southern Eagle Pass, and then outside of that, moderate, dry, or abnormally dry rather. So we still have that. We're hopefully going to chip away at it. Didn't get a lot of rainfall in the last few days, so I don't know how much that's going to change. We'll just have to see when that comes out. All right, here's the water vapor imagery. We show this because you can really tell where a lot of the moisture is in the air. Where you have the orangey colors off towards, you can see it into the Baja California or southern Arizona. That's the driest air. Air with more moisture is where you see the colors like blue or green, even yellow in the middle of that just went through the Brownsville area and the southern tip of Texas. Most of Texas, though, is kind of milky white, showing us that moisture is there. We just needed some trigger in the atmosphere to cause those showers and isolated storms to pop up. That's what happened today and will likely happen tomorrow as well. Yeah, hey, David, how you doing? Good to see you. Yeah, the rain was really nice today. If you were lucky to get that, cool you off a little bit. It was so nice to get a break from the 90s today. I love seeing 70s. It's just so freaking humid outside. Hey, Mickey Shepard, how are you? Got some great people on here tonight. All right, so here is the Futurecast. We'll break it down hour by hour. Notice the clock in the corner says tonight, or tomorrow morning rather. It's Wednesday, right? Yeah, tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Most of us dry, can't rely on an isolated shower, especially in our western counties. So western hill country toward the Rio Grande, the Texas-Mexico border, best chance for rain. Everyone else, for the most part, mostly cloudy. Could even have a little fog out there in spots. Temperatures in the 70s to start out tomorrow. Low 70s in the hill country, middle and upper 70s for everyone else. As we head through the day, we'll get some sun breaks, but notice the best chances for rain throughout the day, again, in our western counties. Here's tomorrow at 5 p.m., so evening drive time. Isolated showers, maybe a thunderstorm possible. I'm thinking not as numerous as today. Today, about 40 to 50% of us saw rain. Tomorrow, I'm thinking maybe 30 to 40 at best. But where it doesn't rain, temperatures should rise well into the low 90s. Where it does rain, might be kept down in the 70s. So kind of a smattering of temperatures across the area tomorrow. And any storm that does form, it'll be brief. It wouldn't be severe, so don't expect that. For the most part, just some showers. Not expecting much of the way of thunderstorms. Heading into the rest of the overnight Thursday, again, we could see some more developing in this model. This is the graph model. And that just put one cluster of showers and possible thunder really just right over the center of it, right over top of areas just west of Bexar County for several hours there. Let's hope that doesn't happen, because if that does, that could lead to flash flooding, and we do not want to deal with any more of that. So if that model verifies, that could be an issue. But for now, for the most part, we're looking at some showers overnight Thursday night into Friday morning. Hopefully, nothing severe, I don't think, in respect to thunderstorms, but there could be some issues with heavy rain if this model doesn't verify. We'll have to see as we get a little bit closer. I'll analyze some more models to take a look and have more tonight on KENS 5 News at 10. It's the first time I saw this model do this, so it definitely changed since we were on at 6 o'clock. So let's head through Friday, see what happens to that. Yeah, it dissipates. It's got to be the upper low. Yeah, it looks like it's the upper level low coming through that's going to swing through. You saw that kind of spin in the precipitation in the clouds. That's what that is, and this one really puts some moisture in there. So if that happens, yeah, that could be interesting. But you could see, though, as we head to Friday at 5 p.m., things dry out, that moves out. We'll have some residual moisture left behind, some cloud cover, some sunshine. I'll call it a mixture of clouds and sun. Temperatures into the 80s and low 90s once again. But if that does verify with that upper level low, then you could see temperatures kept down just a bit. But as we head through Friday evening, earlier in the day, this model did have some showers and possible thunder form in the northern hill country late Friday afternoon, and as it moved through, it dissipated. So it's still not showing a whole lot by 9 p.m. on Friday night, so that's July 4th. So if you do have plans in the evening, odds are you'll be fine, likely dry. Fireworks celebrations should be okay for the most part Friday night. Of course, we'll fine-tune that a little more as we get closer, but for now, I wouldn't think it's too much of a risk for Friday night. So if you're planning to shoot some off on your own, should be okay. Make sure you do it safe. Make sure if they don't fire, if they don't light, then you put them out with water. Just make sure they're out when you're done with them. Still douse them in water. Keep kids away. Keep the pets away. Keep the pets inside. I did a story about fireworks safety and 4th of July safety, and we've got those online right now on KENS5.com. Just type in KENS 5, Jeremy Baker, 4th of July, fireworks safety. It's all right there. All right, so back to the weather. So we should be okay Friday night, and then the rest of the weekend, for the most part, it's partly cloudy and highs in the 90s. We'll get to that in a bit. Here are the next 4 days. We can expect the forecast rainfall, most of it in the next 24 to 48 hours. Could see 1 to 2 inches to the north and west of San Antonio, so mainly the hill country towards the Rio Grande. San Antonio, maybe about half of an inch to an inch at best. Further you go to the east, less of a chance of rain. Kind of flip-flop the way it usually is. Usually it's more to the east, less to the west. This time it's different. Less than a half of an inch for most areas in our eastern counties. So for tonight and this evening, mostly cloudy skies, a few showers earlier on. Most will die away overnight. 76 the overnight low. At sunset, 8:38 p.m. That will now start getting earlier because we are moving through summer now. Shortest day, of course, is the first day of summer, or longest day rather. So now the days get shorter. Southeast winds about 5 to 15 throughout the overnight tonight. And as we head into your Thursday, notice it's colored red. That's a weather impact alert day because the rain could affect your plans more than usual, especially because a lot of people are on vacation, might be traveling. So that's why we have that there. Could see some afternoon and evening showers, maybe a thunderstorm, high of 90. Friday, July 4th itself, morning shower, especially if that does verify that model showing a lot of rainfall. 92 the high, will start at 75. Saturday, pretty much the same without the rain. Low of 75 and a high of 94. Here's the rest of the forecast. July 4th, you're seeing that there, 92, 94 on Saturday. Sunday, high of 95. The humidity will still be here, though. And then we have the 10% chance of rain back in the forecast. So most people will be dry Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday with that 10% chance of rain. Can't rule it out, though. We're just throwing that out there. High temperatures in the mid to upper 90s. Heat index probably around 100 degrees or higher because of the humidity sticking around. And then for the next weekend, that's July 12th and 13th, through the rest of the forecast, we've got partly cloudy skies, less of a chance of rain, so we don't have it on the 14-day, and highs in the upper 90s. That means heat index easily 100 to 105. There you have it. There's your forecast. I'll look at some more model data to see what it looks like for Friday morning. Hopefully no flooding rain. I'll let you know. I'll have more on your weather at 10. EC and Henry will have your news, and Nate Ryan will have your sports. So hope to see you then. If not, have a great night. Stay cool, stay dry, stay you. Bye, guys.